I doubt it. I think he's just starting to do some things with his stick right now, and he's making progress, but I would call it doubtful for now.
You talk about the Albany, and you guys played them last year, obviously, and they did what they did. Are they a different team to get ready for?
They are. I call them Scott Meyer's Magical Mystery Tour. They really a fun group to watch, except when you're playing them. And they just do things that other players and other teams don't do. So it's an interesting matchup. It's a team that's hard to prepare for because you don't do things like that yourself every day. So again, a fun group to watch.
So what is different? What do you tell your defensemen? What do you tell your?
Well, we've already showed them some film. We're going to show them some more film probably for the next 2 or 3 days, and then so they get familiar with that. And then do some things in practice that will simulate what they try to do.
Okay. Does it help? Angles, that kind of thing? Different angles, or shooting from different angles?
Yeah, just stick. It's a little bit more of a box game. You know, probably have our guys play against Randy Stats, Kyle Henry, some because of the similar styles have played a bunch of box. And just again, seeing it visually and then trying to put something together in practice for it.
I was going to ask, is it nice to have Randy this year, who's played that style of game a lot and knows how to simulate that for the defense?
Yes, I mean having Randy's great. Just to be part of our team, and he's fitting in very well. He does play a similar style to some of the players at Albany, but we've had guys like that over the years that have played a lot of box lacrosse. So as coaches, we're more familiar with it than maybe a lot of programs. And hopefully that will help us going into this game.
You didn't have Sean Young in the starting lineup for this game last year. Can that help against the Ty Thompson type? That you have a crease defenseman in there this year?
Yeah, we hope so. I think Miles and Ty are very effective inside, and obviously Lyle is great at feeding them. So I get our guys to know their combinations, but they've expanded on their game. I watched a lot of their Denver game last year, and they're using a lot of other players. Their midfielders are pretty effective now. So this is a very talented offensive team.
Can you talk about the advantage of having played a game where this will be their opener? How much of an advantage?
I think it's always great to have officials. I know they've had a couple scrimmages too, so that's going to help them. To have a game situation to perform as well as we did. This team isn't as I don't think they're as too much in shock and awe coming in here into the Carrier Dome because they play here every year. They've had some of their players grow up in the shadows of the Carrier Dome, so I think they're more comfortable in the Carrier Dome than a lot of teams coming in.
How well did you play in the opener? Do you expect to come out as crisp as you did game one, especially now that you've seen it on film after?
Well, I think Siena is a pretty good team, especially in their conference. But I'm sure their coach wasn't happy with how they performed, and we performed very well, and we were able to get some face-offs, put more pressure on their defense, and let our offense get comfortable. So I just think we played well for that time of year, especially considering we haven't been in a full field in quite a while.
I know you had 12 different guys score. Would you like to see more guys with multiple goals, or
no?
8 out of Dylan every time?
Well, as long as we're getting multiple goals, I think it's a good thing, and it'll always be interesting to see what happens if Albany or teams going forward think that Dylan's a big threat and they can't leave him open. Then that's going to open some things up for other players, and we've always shared it for the last few years, shared it very well, I think, and we'll continue to do so.